Hey y'all. Let me do that. Very good. I'm here. Let me know you're here. Make sure you give this a like on your way in. That's very much appreciated. While y'all are coming in, I'm going to open up my bottles I meant to open earlier. Into that. Because I want to do a lot of different things with these. Doo-doo. Okay. Let's set them over here. And today, while I'm getting ready, just set that there so you can see what we're doing today. Move these bottles so I can get them open. Say I'm missing one. There we go. Say hi when you get in. Okay. Oh, look at that purple. Isn't that pretty? Gorgeous. And we're going to deal with some bright sunshine because I have sun coming in off the mountains right now. Usually I'm live at noon. So this is a new time for us to be live. And we're going to see if it works out better for people. Because I told you I really wanted to mix it up and try different times so maybe other people could reach us and be with us during a live if I did it at a different time frame. And I know it's a Friday and everybody wants to celebrate. Okay, so all of our bottles are open. I'm going to move this out of the way. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about that all-in-one jewelry set. And I told you guys, this kit comes with everything. And I mean everything. It has its UV lamp, which I'm going to use my other cordless one because I have a nail one that's bigger. And it's cordless. It's rechargeable. Just plug it in and it charges. So I don't have to worry about cords and USB and all that stuff. So I have that I use. But it comes with measuring cups. Comes with a silicone cup. It also comes with some silicone stirrers for your cups. Comes with 4. And y'all, I love these. These are the pre-colored UV resin. And these are the pearlescent ones. This is what I tell you guys. I highly recommend if you want to color your UV resin because this is formulated to cure completely even though it comes out solid. So I highly recommend you get these pre-colored UV resin colors because it takes all the guesswork out. You don't have to mix up a color and you're not sure, is it going to be transparent enough? You don't have to worry about that if you use these pre-colored ones. They're already figured out for you. So we have blue, we have purple, we have white, which is beautiful, and we also have a pink that comes in the set. Then we also have these dyes that you can mix and do whatever color you want. We have bright red, we have black, emerald green, sky blue, purple, gotta love that one, it's called violet, and lemon yellow. So you get all that in the kit as well. Set these over here. It comes with a bottle of clear UV resin. It comes, move these out of the way. We have some really cute UV molds that are beautiful, has different flowers and the flower tops, and then it has little additives. If you want a smaller flower for a jewelry piece, you have that option. And then we have, well, it comes with charms, and I'm going to put those over here. We have different charms you can use, little pearls that you can add to your set, like I did with this one. I did this one earlier, and I have a little pearl as an accent set with it. So you see that. And it's got the lines that I can color in with an acrylic pen or acrylic paint and highlight the veining in the flower. So you see that. Okay, so then it comes with your bottom pieces, your stems and your leaves, and they're all hanging from different directions. So you can choose if you want a dangly, like you can use a small flower with a big dangly stem and leaf, or it's got the little small leaves that you can dangle from a smaller, like tulip cup. Those will be cute. There are all kind of options, and that's what I love. This can make so many different things. And of course, as always, y'all, I've told y'all, this is one reason I love Let's Resin molds. It's because it tells you exactly how much resin you need. And it's 0.8 fluid ounces for this whole thing. That's awesome. All right, so I want to move this stuff out of the way. What else am I? Oh, the hardware. It comes with all the hardware. You get different size rings, a bigger one for keychains, smaller ones for jewelry. You have posts. If you want to take one of these itty bitty little flowers, you can put it on a post. What else do we have? The little lobster clasp. Oop, I just dumped some of these out. But you have your charms, all kind of different charms you can choose from. Then you have your keychains that comes with the chain attached. And what else do we have here? Oh, your hook earrings. So you have that too. All right, so I'm going to put all the hardware over here out of the way. Then we can get to creating some flowers. And if you wanted to, for like these charms, you could put this on UV tape and color in your leaves if you wanted to coordinate with your other pieces. So that's another option. There are so many options to this, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy good. That means that it's a very good investment because there's so many different things you can do all from one kit, right? So it makes it really smart to buy everything in one kit. It even comes with, and I have it in here, I forgot to take it out, but they even give you the cards to put your earrings and your pieces on to sell them. So that's great. And as always, it has your how to, and then it also has a scan where you can watch a how-to video. So I always love Let's Resin for that. They're very thoughtful, and I love their videos because they make it easy for beginners to understand, and they go step by step, kind of like I do, step by step, in how we're going to do today. So first thing I want to show you is let's just use our pre-colored first. Okay. We're going to take pink and let's say, all All right, let's say pink is our middle for that flower. Okay. Then I'm going to take my white, can be the outside for the petals on the outside. So I'm just going to put that down. Like so. Okay. See how easy that was, y'all? Super easy. Just pour it in, and it's going behind the thing. It self-levels. I don't see any bubbles. I do see one little bubble. Where's my other stick? And each of these silicone sticks each have a different end. This is like a tapered one. This is a pointy one. We have a spoon, and we have more of a squared one. So I want to take the pointy one and get this little bubble. And I can also swirl that pink as well. Then I'm just going to take my lamp, turn it on. And I'm going to put it on 60 seconds because this is a strong lamp. So it's not going to take long for that. We're going to do that one really quick. And remember, you have to cure both sides of your project. So I'm going to cure this side, and then I'm going to flip it over and cure the underside. So it's completely cured on both sides. Now, here's a pro tip for you. If you have, and let me put this in as a comment for you guys. Pro tip. Use a mirror with your lamp. It will cure both sides at one time. All right. Put that up there. There we go. There's your pro tip. Okay. If you have a mirror, which I don't have and I didn't grab one, if you set your mold on a mirror and when you cure your piece, the mirror is going to reflect the light from the bottom and it's going to cure both sides at one time. Now, I know Let's Resin and some other places have the double-sided UV lamp. That works too. You just put your mold on that little piece and slide it in and it'll cure both sides at one time. So we've cured this side and I'm going to let this cool down because it's really hot. And this is a mistake a lot of people make. They will immediately go to another cycle. You need to let your UV cool down some before you start another cycle, or you run the risk of getting some waves or it not curing properly because it got too hot. So I always let my stuff sit for a minute, cool down so it's not so hot. That's good. And I'm just going to turn it over and I'm going to put it on for another 30 seconds because these molds are not very thick at all. Now, if I was doing, say, like this alphabet mold, which you can do this with UV resin because it's clear, you can see through it, so light will penetrate both sides. But what I suggest if you're going to do this is do half of your letter first. Don't do the whole thickness. Do half of it, cure both sides, and let that cool off, and then do your top, which really gives you a great idea for a design. What I like to do is I put a background color down, I cure that on both sides, and then I like putting either little chunky glitter, you can use some cellophane, you can use gold flake on top of your background color, and then just use clear on the front part, and it looks really cool, y'all. That's a great way to design and still allow you to do half of your color, cure both sides, then come back, put a clear on top, cure both sides again. And that'll be good for like the alphabet molds. But for this mold, these are super thin. You see they're not very thick at all, right? So it doesn't take as long. Set that over there. I'm going to pop this out. So there you go. See, we have, and this is what I mean with, whoop, where'd my comments go? They're trying to hide. Let me know you're here. Say hi. But there we have our little flower. And you see it's already got the hole. Ugh, put it too far. It already has the hole in it. So then we can just take our hardware, and depending on where we want to put it, if we want to use this for a keychain, if we want to use it for jewelry, we can use the smaller ones. Keychain you can use for your bigger ones. But there's one flower. And now let's talk about how, well, I guess here's your second pro tip. If you're going to use this pre-colored UV resin, which I highly, highly recommend doing, you can prolong that by mixing it in some clear resin. Okay? So you don't have to use as much of, well, let's do purple for this one. Okay? So I'm going to put some purple in there. And you see, I didn't use that much. And then I'm going to, y'all, these silicone little stirrers, they're so floppy. So I'm still going to get this beautiful pearlescent effect without having to use a lot of that color. Okay, so that's a pro tip and a way to stretch out your pearlescent colors so you get more bang for your buck. Let's just make, I'll put this over here on this side. Let's just make a purple little tulip. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to make that green color with our emerald. And you can see, there we go. Walk down around that little opening. All right, so we're going to put the rest in here. Top that off. Y'all, and like I said, I love Let's Resin because they tell you how much you need. All right, we're going to set that to the side. Here's another pro tip. You can put this under your UV light and it's going to cure at the same time. And then you can just peel out this UV resin and you can reuse your cup. So let's get this curing. And then we'll use some of this for our green little stems. Put that in there. Okay. There we go. Are y'all working on Father's Day stuff or anything fun? Okay. And that's a smaller one. So for these posts, you guys, you could even stick this post in your design and let it cure. And that's going to give it a strong attachment to that. Or you can use some of the bonding UV resin. You can use some of the jewelry glue, the E6000. That's always great. And remember I said I'm going to let this cool off. Wow. Okay. My light is too hot. It melted our cup. That's all right. We're going to use the silicone cup for our emerald. But I'm going to mix that after I cure the backside of this. Because I don't want, well, I can mix it now and move it out of the way so it's away. Make sure when you mix up your resin that it's not near your lamp. Because if it's close by your lamp while it's curing, this resin in this cup is going to cure too. And you don't want that. So let's put, dagnabbit, I thought of cutting off, but apparently not. So I'm going to wrap my baby wipe. Oh, is it? Oh, it's cut off enough. Let's try this again. Okay, maybe it's not. All right. So I'm going to wrap my baby wipe around this because I don't want it squirting everywhere. Oh, it's off now. Wipe my scissors down because these are my good scissors, y'all. My fabric scissors. All right, now just gonna put 2 drops in there. Put this lid on. And that's emerald. All right, now I'm gonna set this way far away from my UV light, and I'm gonna cure the backside of this. And then we're gonna move on to doing some of our stems and our flowers. It's gonna be fun. Which one should we use? We'll do this one up here. And I'm gonna mix this up while that's curing. Y'all, and these say dyes, but they're transparent. See, it's a transparent ink. And I want to show you a little trick you can use is you can put a drop of black. Dagnabbit, I knew it. Gotta cut this off too. All right. Clean off my scissors. All right. Wipe off the bottle. Now, if you want to make a darker green, use 1 drop of black. So in this, I did 2 drops of emerald, 1 drop of black, and you're going to see the difference. Where are my wooden sticks? Here we go. Now, ooh, probably should have done a half a drop. All right, so I want to add a little more green. I don't like using that. Stir. Come on, green. 2 more drops of green. Okay. There we go. Use this. All right, so we have a darker green, which is better. Want that darker green, like an evergreen. All right. Wipe my stick down, move this out of the way. We can take our purple out now. Look at that, y'all. Whoop. Let's jump away. So now we have our purple tulip and our little daisy. And now we're going to switch molds. Let me move that out of the way. And we're going to go to, what did I say? We're going to do this one. And I like these silicone cups better because I can pour directly in my mold. Like so. And you see that's a darker green, right? I can scoop this down in there. Like that. Now, this is where I want y'all to have fun and experiment and try different things. Mix and match some colors to get a color that you like, that you're looking for, right? We can mix that emerald green with some blue and get like a turquoise. That will be fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cure this and I'm going to cure my cup, and then I'll be able to peel that UV resin right out of that cup and it's ready to use again. So there we go with that. And remember, we have to cure both sides. And while I'm thinking about it, I am going to all right. Let's have some fun. There we go. Giving out 5 while we wait on this to cure. Let's see. There we go. And y'all, I'm really trying to come up with something special for a members only video for you guys. So if you have something in mind that you've been, and look, I want you to see this. See, I put that under there, and look, I can peel that right out. Easy breezy. And here's something, here's another pro tip. To get little bits like this out of a silicone cup, if you have a lint roller, you just put it down in your cup, swirl it around, pull a tape off, swirl some more, and it's going to pick up all these little pieces. Same thing if you use packing tape or something like that, sticky side in, it's going to remove all of those little pieces for you. So that's an easy way to clean your silicone tools. If you're having a hard time getting glitter or little bits out of your stuff, that is a great way to do it. So this is ready to go again. And I've let this cure or cool down. So I'm gonna run it again for another 30 seconds. That'll be done. I do want to put some clear, and I'll show you how we can use some glitter on top of that. Or actually, I can put some marabou on top of that, and it'll be good. Woohoo! Are y'all coming in? Say hi and hit that like button. And y'all, I meant to say this up front, and I always forget to say this. Apparently, there's a hype button or something where you can hype videos now. I was kind of shocked to learn about that. I had not heard of that before, but apparently it exists. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of clear. I'm going to put a drop of the marabou. Y'all see that beautiful sparkle in there. We're going to mix it around. Y'all see what I mean? How these are really flimsy. It's kind of hard to work and stir these. There we go. That's a little better. All right. So you see how it's all glittery and shimmery and beautiful. So I'm going to pour it, this clear shimmer, over our green. Look at that, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? Make sure it gets all up in there, all up in here. Woo! Y'all, that's some pretty stuff. Y'all know that's my favorite. I don't know if you can. Well, let me get it cured and then I'll show you. All right. Turn this on. Put this cup under the light too so I can just peel it out and it'll be ready for the next one. But y'all, mix and match these colors. Add some purple with some pink, or drop purple and blue and just do a swirl and dump it in like that and let that marble. That's another idea that we could do. You could do it with the black, right? Drop some black in some of the pre-colored white that's in there. That would be pretty for a marble. Or you can take some white with blue, or white and pink, or white and purple, and create like a marble effect. And I'll show you what I mean, because I'll make one for you so you can see how that works. All right, you move this. Look at that, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? I gotta let it cool off. But isn't that sparkle beautiful? To add that little pizzazz that will go with your purple. And you could hook these together, right? Using your ring, you can hook them together. So that's behind your flower. And then you could glue a post, and this could be a beautiful little earring. However you want to do it. And you could do it with this one too. Hook them together and have a beautiful little flower that way. I think I like the purple with this better. What do y'all think? I like the purple better. Or you can put it up higher and use the ring to connect them. So it looks like that. Or you can put the rings through both holes and connect them that way. So there are many different things you can do. You can do one solid color. Just popping these little extra pieces. Aw. So you have that, and you can still see it see-through, and it's got the lines on it that we can color in. Let's see if I have my I have some acrylic markers right here. I can show you what I'm talking about and how to do it. Let's just use this little light green for the veining, right? So we can take that, color those lines in, then I want you to see all I'm going to do. See, I colored those lines in. I'm just going to take a baby wipe. Look at that. It wipes all the excess off. So I'm left with just the highlight lines. Now you can do it that way. You can make that the front with a sparkly side, or you can leave it dangling and let the sparkly side be the back of your earring or your keychain. It's really up to you. But you can see the dark and then the clear with the marabou in it. So you can see how that's offset that way. But y'all, I'm not going to keep you long because I know it's a Friday night. You all have things you want to do and party and relax from a long week of work and all that fun stuff. So, see, under the light, peel it out, and it's perfectly clean to go again. So there's another pro tip for you guys. But grab one of these kits for yourself. I'll leave a link. You just click on it. You can go get the whole all-in-one kit. Play with it however you want to. You can make highlights in your flowers. Maybe the bottom part of your flower is one color. The top part is a different color. Maybe you want to have, different variations of green for your stems. There's all kind of ways that you can play with these. But I highly suggest that you grab this all-in-one kit for yourself. Here's what it looks like. It has everything you need, and you see all the different possibilities that are here and all the different things you can do. You can even make a keychain that just has charms on it. You can make dangly, there's clasp if you want to put it on a bracelet. You can use charms on a bracelet. You can make earrings. You can make keychains. All kind of different things you can do with this kit. So I highly suggest just get in there, play around, have some fun. There's no right way. There's no perfect way. Remember, like I always say, give yourself the same grace that you give other people because you deserve that grace yourself. But y'all, that's all I have for this one. On your way out, if you haven't already, give us a thumbs up. It allows other people to find our videos and find the answers that they've been looking for themselves. Maybe they've had a question about something that we showed today. And by you giving it a like, it allows other people to find it and get the answers they've been looking for. That's all I've got for this one, y'all. Until next time, happy yarding. Ta-ta for now.